Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would show you my North Carolina book. This is inspired by all things North Carolina because I am proud to be from North Carolina. I'm proud to be a Carolina girl. I'm proud to be Southern. And I found magazines and discarded books that had to do with all things North Carolina. And I thought, well, there we go. There's a junk journal to be made. So the cover is, this is a book cover, and I bound it with like some cardboard and tape. I'm sorry about this camera angle, but it is the best I can do. I got on the spine, I've just got some little ribbons. I made Tar Heels, because we're at the Tar Heel state, and North Carolina, and this little thing, this is from North Carolina, Chapel Hill. I've had this probably since I was a teenager, and it went perfect. And I just did the twine binding. I didn't sew it in, and this is just some fabric and lace. But on the back, the cover is from the big old atlas, road atlas that I had found a while back. Back here is my little town. So I wish I could have been on the front, but I'll take at least being on the map. And see, that's how far I am from Charlotte. About, depending on what part of Charlotte you go to, 20 to 30 minutes. So now let's just start looking. I'm gonna try to, let me see if you can see what I'm doing here. Kind of takes up the whole screen, doesn't it? It is a big book. I just put more of the atlas images on the inside, and like all these things are just, like I said, magazines and books and other little odd pieces. If you're new to junk journals, mine does not look like anybody else's. I've not seen any like mine on YouTube anywhere. This is just my interpretation of things that I have that I collect in a book. And junk journals are all up to your imagination. However you like them, that's how you make them. You don't have to make them look like they're going into an Etsy shop. You can make them look just like this. You can make them look like all trash. You can make them look like anything you want. So if the idea of doing a junk journal intrigues you, look at some videos, get your basic how to construct one, and then make it any old way you want with any old thing that you have. So anyway, let's just get started. Our bird is the cardinal, so I'll try not to explain every single thing that I cut out of a magazine. Old Salem Bakery. Some of these pages like this came out of Farmers' Almanacs. There's my Harris Teeter order, which Harris Teeter is a North Carolina grocery store, so I thought, well, that fit pretty good. And these little, oh no, when I glued my thing on, I glued it to the, all these came out of a woman's book. Woman's, of North Carolina, the woman's, I can't think, sort of like the cooperative extension. What, you know what I'm trying to say? I can't even think of the word. And it goes back to, I think, the 30s maybe, some of these pictures. I can't remember. They go way back. And I just pulled out some of the ones that I really like. Here she's doing her laundry. And I still have tons of room to put stuff, to tuck stuff. These are just, and Nantucket, that's actually from an ad for Nantucket up north, but that's a band from North Carolina that I grew up at high school and college on. The USS North Carolina, this is when it was, talked about when it was an actual is it a submarine? USS North, I've been to it. It's now a tourist attraction. They have it parked in Wilmington, which is on the North Carolina coast. Pine trees are our state tree, and this was just a company. It was like a whole page of favorite ice creams in every state, and North Carolina has this cereal one, and it says tastes like frozen cereal milk. And that's just a CVS bag. Now you will see a lot of Niece's ads because in the magazines I kept coming across different ones, and so I had to have them all because Niece's is my favorite sausage, and of course Niece's makes my favorite liver mush. So you'll see several Niece's throughout. State Fair. This is a little spread I did about Cheerwine. That's a North Carolina drink. There was some Cheerwine cupcakes, some recipes. Had to include that. That's just a little piece out of a magazine. And these are our mountains. There's another Cheerwine. Rowan County, part of my town. My town is 2 counties, and this is the northern part. And Duke Energy, that's where we get our power. These, I like to include these. Be sure and take it loose. These come out of magazines because when you flip through, you get a nice scent. These are just the ads that come in the mail. And more Southern Biscuit, whatnot. Concord and Kannapolis. Kannapolis is, of course, where I'm from, and Concord's our little city right next door. I've said it before. We're kind of almost one city, but we're not. We go together. The Earl Theater. I can't remember what town that's in. There's an old ad for an electric company. You know you're from Carolina country if, and it's got a whole bunch of things that people had sent into this magazine. I just thought that was real pretty. This is just the other side of a brochure from one of the mountain counties. And our state bird is the cardinal. And look at her and her daughter. Fashion show contestants in 1955. And these are all North Carolina women. This is the Outer Banks, I believe. Some beaches on the Outer Banks. Outer Banks is beautiful if you ever get a chance to go. This is about Blackbeard. He's one of our pirates. Isn't that? That's one of our claim to fames is Blackbeard. T is for Tar Heel. This came out of a North Carolina kids book. I think that tells about how we got our nickname. Here's some more. Look there. I glued all these. I'm going to have to pull that out. I guess I stuck it down in there before I let my glue dry. That was just a little banner that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. Grandfather Mountain. It has the Mile High Swinging Bridge. You won't catch me going on it. Look it up. No, sir. I've been to Grandfather Mountain, but you will not catch me on the bridge. Blowing Rock, that's another attraction in our mountains. Been there. This is my county, Cabarrus County. This is Dale Earnhardt. He is a Kannapolis born. He's another one of our claim to fames here in Kannapolis. This is actually the giant statue we have downtown. So it just tells some of the things that there is to see. And there's the little map. There's some more little tags. I love you like biscuits and gravy. See, there's another Niece's. Oh, look at that. I did not notice. Biscuits and gravy. Did I do that on purpose? I may have. Listen, I've had this done for some time. I just haven't showed you. And the Lumbee Indians are down in Lumberton. You pass through there on the way to the beach, depending on what beach you go to. And Charlotte, of course, that's my neighbor. See, like I say, I got tons more room. Here's a plate of barbecue. This come out of one of the old magazines. I just thought it was pretty cool. Pepsi and Cheerwine. It says the debate. I happen to be a Pepsi girl, and I like Cheerwine. You can't compare the two. You have to compare Pepsi and Coke, and Cheerwine and Dr. Pepper. Some more little. She's sitting at the table churning butter. and she's wood cooking stove. The good old days that I would not, there's part of the good old days I'd like to go back to. Those I would not. See, here's another one of our good scented papers. Perfume. This is just a little spread about North Carolina. And I'm not sure who this is. I can't hardly read it, but don't you love it? It's a little picture of where one of them signed it. I don't know if it was a he or she of the, I can't read it. Maybe some of y'all know that. Oh, that's Jane Mansfield. Okay. To Crash. Is Crash somebody famous? Maybe I should have looked that up before I put it in there. And there's another little map of North Carolina. Some more nieces. Richard Petty, he's another one of our claim to fames. I just thought that kind of worked out. Some flowers I found in our South histories in full bloom. More nieces. Our state flower is the dogwood. Krispy Kreme. These are from some donuts we had got a while back. Not the ones we got on his birthday. I already had these. So I stuck them in there like a little fan. And these were this Photo Miller. She's from Concord. In one of the Farmer's Almanacs, everything that there was to put your name in it, she put her name. She filled out, like she went through the book and filled out everything that there was to fill out. I just thought that was cool. So I thought I would memorialize Miss Miller. And here's the other part of that county things to do. The North Carolina Wolfpack, North Carolina State University. That's just a cutout that I found on the actually cover of a magazine. Our state mammal is the squirrel. I learned that. I did not know that. Baden Lake, this is where I used to go fishing and camping. Surf City, that's a beautiful beach to go to Surf City. So I just thought that was a pretty little beach spread here. We have beautiful beaches. We have absolutely beautiful beaches. Let the food do the talking. So that says Pick and Pig. This is our New Year's dinner right here with some sweet tea. And then, of course, ham biscuits and fried chicken, all the fixings, and that's sweet tater pie. I remember reading that. That's not pumpkin pie. That is sweet tater pie. That is the statue. That is my downtown that you see around there. Look at that. It doesn't say, I cut it off there, but it doesn't say what year that is. There's fishing from the pier. I don't know which pier, but it's down at the beach. I have fished from the pier many times growing up. This is just some southern, what are those people? Authors. I got that little thing at the library. Here they are canning, I think. Home demonstration members get tomatoes ready for canning. There, I see that is glaring on y'all. I'm sorry. Our state capital and flag. Raleigh's our state capital. This is just like the local ads you get. I can glue more stuff in there, or I can tape it down and put stuff in it. In praise of the Tar Heel State. Mara Mountain. This is a music page, and some kid had written all throughout it. I just thought that was pretty cool. It doesn't have anything to do with North Carolina. The actual pages don't. Carolina Country. More of the women's groups. This is one of their floats and another one of their parade entries. North Carolina, something for everyone. This is just a trip sheet from David's work. He pulled it out and was going to throw it away. I'm like, oh, well, this is not crumpled up. I'll use it. Because he normally crumples them up. White Lake. This is like a gorgeous lake that you can just see right through. That's why it's called White Lake. It is, you have to see it in person. It's gorgeous. the Biltmore Estate. At one time, I don't know if it still is, it was the largest personal residence built. And then they have since turned it into a major attraction. It's in Asheville. It's beautiful too. Look at those. Love those ladies. North Carolina State College alumni. I say alumni. Another. That one's Chanel. This is downtown Kannapolis, just some restaurants at the time of this printing of this magazine and some of our attractions. Another little out there doing her laundry. More of the Biltmore house. Could you imagine that being your actual house? Could you even imagine? This is from a museum. There's a Hardee's bag. That's a North Carolina restaurant, Hardee's. More nieces. See, Miss Miller? T stands for Tar Heel. Linville Caverns, that's a sight to behold too. When you go down in there and they cut off the lights, you cannot see your hand in front of your face. It is pitch black. It is cold down in there. It's very cool. They got little streams running through. It's got fish in it. And that's in the mountains. I surprised myself at many places I have actually been to in my own state. This is just a little thing talking about the Land of Oz. It was a like, I'm trying to say tourist attraction, but a theme park that they had in the mountains I used to go to when I was a little girl. Absolutely love it. Love the Wizard of Oz. You know, I love the witch. But that's what it talks about. Me and my mom all used to go there. Girls Cannon Clubs. Check it out. It doesn't have the year. Other half of the authors. More of our what to see in town. Davidson, that's another little town next door to us. I actually have a doctor in this town. Davidson College is in this town. And if you watch sports, you probably know their basketball team in the college circuit. But it is a very small little, quaint little town. This road right here, I go there, and I go right out there, across that, on back, and my doctor is right on the water. Here's Krispy Kreme. This is another one of our claim to fames. Is our donuts. When you need a Krispy Kreme, the hot sign's on. You done passed over to the good times. Here's Mount Mitchell. I think it's the highest peak. Yep. Highest peak east of the Mississippi River. I'm assuming that is still true. There's Pilot Mountain. The Lynn Cove Viaduct on the Blue Ridge Parkway up to the Grandfather Mountain. This is a little Wilmington brochure down at the coast. Here's Mayberry, Mount Airy. That's what the show was based on. Andy Griffith, he's another one of our claim to fames. I picked up these two. This is one place I have never been that I've always wanted to go. Now, I have found one that I have not been to. I picked up these two little things when we went to pick up Sebastian, and we had to stop at a little restaurant gas station combo. These were in the grouping of pamphlets, and I thought, well, I need those. So it worked out good. I found an article about that. More, guess what? It's just the BJ's. Hey, y'all, that's us. Sure, we got grits, but we also got grit. I just love that. Health in the Home, Red Cross. Here's another one of my favorite places on earth, and that's Boone, North Carolina. I went to college here. Used to visit here growing up. When we would go to the mountains of Tennessee, we'd come over to Boone to shop and mess around and do things. I love Boone. This is like their biggest, I think, is this the one? No, we'll get up to it. This is just their main street. It's not called Main Street, it's called King Street, but that's their main street down through their little town in one of their snowstorms. And this was just on one of that thing we saw with the attractions where you could go to the race and get driver autographs, because the Charlotte Motor Speedway is in Concord, it is not in Charlotte. There's just a little lesson. If you hear the Charlotte Motor Speedway, it might not even be called that anymore, but it's not Charlotte. Southern food. Here's our barbecue. We're known for barbecue. You see there's a cheer line up in the corner. Some more parade entries. Look at there, how to avoid influenza. 1918. There's another Rowan County Chick-fil-A bag. The Old North State. That's what we're called. Here's more Richard Petty, and this is when it was the Winston Cup, so that is dated. That's probably the 80s, I'm guessing, looking at the cars. I could be wrong, but I grew up liking racing. Grew up in a racing family. More nieces. Haunts and Mysteries. The Brown Mountain Lights, we used to go there when we go to the mountains. There's flickering lights over across on the mountain, and there's tons of stories about it. They say it's like gases. They have it explained away, but it's more fun to tell haunted stories. These are just some North Carolina made foods. Savings along there. Another book page. There she is, more doing laundry. North Carolina booze. Drink like a local. Here's the Battleship North Carolina. Cardinals. Just another North Carolina page. There's the other part of that Wilmington thing, I think. Just what I thought was a cool little ad. And here's our mountains. Hanging Rock. Look, stands for the Brown Mountain Lights. B stands for the Brown Mountain Lights. A for the Appalachian Mountains. Texas Pete, that's another one of our claim to fames. Here's some old-timey. See, that's Junior Johnson. Y'all know he started out running moonshine, then he turned into a big racer. There's part of the map. We gotta be here somewhere. Hold on. There's Salisbury. Don't tell me they don't have us on this map. Okay, there's China Grove. There we are. There we are. See, this is, well, you can't see it. Well, there's South Carolina, because there's Charlotte, and it is right there at South Carolina, so I'm not far from there. Outer Banks, there's some of the lighthouses. Not sure which ones. I've been to several of them. This is an article in a book about Hurricane Hugo. This came all the way into us. Noelle, my niece, she was born the 21st when Hugo hit. 1989. It devastated our area. That's why I cut out the whole article. It just devastated our area. Doing her ironing. This is a little gardener from Charlotte standing in front of her corn. some North Carolina peanuts. This is some little letter. This A was not for Appalachian, but it's for Appalachian State University, which is where I went to college. And it's in the mountains in Boone that I was showing you. There it is, if you can see it. That's from the mountain. Love that place. Carolina Panthers. That's our North Carolina NFL football team. They're right over there in Charlotte. The Piedmont, that's where I live. Like the coast, the Piedmont, and the mountains. Piedmont, where I'm right in the middle of the beach and the mountains. More nieces. I told you there was a lot of them. I think we're coming to the end. Okay, this is a local restaurant, and it's the article of the owner. And the owners are 3 doctors, one of which is the one that delivered RJ, and his physician's assistant, and another doctor. When you would go down to the office, you would see the, rotating around to the doctors, and one of them is the one that delivered RJ. And he owns this restaurant. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. Y'all know that song. This is a map of 17th century map. S&D Coffee, that is down in Concord. That's a very popular coffee. It goes to the restaurants. I'm sure it might go out to other outlying areas. When you go down the highway beside it, you can smell it before you even get near it. You can smell the coffee roasting. Just pretty North Carolina. That's a ski mountain, because you can see the ski lift back there. I don't ski. I tried it one time. No, I tried it 2 times, my first and my last. The blizzard of 1960. Look how you see where they are. Up the snow is up there. Up there. This was Boone. That was the one. That's on. Look how tall it is up to the. Now, I don't know since 1960 if they've had one worse, but this was what was in the magazine. And then finally, we come to this that I found. It is a big, and I don't want to unfold it, but it's a map, and I don't know the year. Maybe I will unfold it and see if I can see the year. But I didn't have anywhere exactly to put it. No, see, it's falling apart. I'm not going to unfold it, but that is my county. And then more atlas on the back. So that is it for my North Carolina book. It's actually decent size. It's not too big. I can keep it closed, and I have plenty more room to work in it. So if you got all the way to the end, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.